Chinese officials have warned that the country could face power shortages this summer with more than 1 billion people. The implications are huge. Justin Wu is with us now. He's an analyst for the Bloomberg New Energy Finance team, and he is joining us from Beijing. Justin, thanks so much for being with us. Why is there this risk of power shortages in China?
Thanks, Deirdre. I mean, basically, it comes down with two different reasons for this. One is that power demand has really been surging in China recently. A lot of the heavy energy-intensive industries, cement, steel, construction materials, all that is really booming and consuming a lot of energy and causing a surge in demand. And secondly, I think even more importantly, is a surge in coal prices, the price of coal. China relies a lot of its power comes from coal. When the coal prices go up, it becomes a lot more expensive for all the producers to produce power from this energy source.
Justin, you mentioned this. I mean, China relying on its coal for more than 70% of its electricity. So what does that mean? I mean, does China have to start importing more coal or picking another product?
Yeah, that's certainly right. I mean, 70% of its power comes from coal, and that's a really, really large number. Already we see that China is importing a significant amount of its coal from other countries in the Asia-Pacific region, from Australia, from other parts as well. But also, I think the government is planning to also diversify its energy source. If you look at the recent 12 5-year plan, which lays out the energy mix for over the next 5 years, there's a lot of focus now on two new sources, nuclear and also renewables such as wind and solar. So I think if sort of everything goes according to plan, we might see the share of coal power decrease to maybe 60 or 65% over the next 5 or 10 years. But still, it's still a very large portion of the power mix here.
Justin, what does that mean, though, to the person on the ground who wants to turn his or her lights on, and what does it mean to a factory owner? I mean, will this shift to greener power decrease the possibility of shortages?
Well, this is certainly a challenge. I mean, China is a fast-growing country. I mean, the power demand is surging about 10% every year, so it's a huge challenge to really meet this power demand and also keep up with this capacity. I think the government here and the country here is very serious about investing in renewable energy and sort of diversifying its energy mix. But there's also a lot of problems with sort of increasing renewable energy mix because unlike coal power, renewable energy is located in more distant, remote regions. You need to invest quite a bit more in grids to actually, send all this power from the western regions off to cities like Beijing or Shanghai. So this is going to be a challenge, and it's going to require quite a bit of investment to keep the lights on and the factories running over the next couple of years. And I think, with given other macroeconomic concerns such as inflation and other issues here, the government wants to also keep power prices down. So they have a very difficult balancing act to do.
How much power, literally, do the power producers have? I mean, how resistant could they be to change when you speak about these renewable energy sources? How resistant are they to the government wanting to raise prices for the service they offer?
Well, I think these power producers are still very much reliant on coal power, and they've really sort of lobbied the government to increase the power prices to the end consumers. Because as it is right now, the coal price will fluctuate, but they can't raise the power prices without the consent of the government. So they're highly susceptible to rises in coal power prices. Their margins are essentially. In terms of renewable energy, I think some of them have sort of embraced renewable energy wholeheartedly. They see it as sort of a future trend. They see that they must diversify their energy mix. But again, renewable energy is more costly in some cases, and there's a lot of questions over sort of grid and other infrastructure that needs to keep up in order for these sources to produce electricity effectively. So I think in many ways, even though many have embraced renewable energy, I think the government still needs to do a bit more to invest in infrastructure such as grids and others to make sure that this power is properly utilized.
Justin, thanks so much. Justin Wu joining us there from Bloomberg's New Energy Finance team. He is joining us there from Beijing, speaking about the possibility of more than 1 billion people in China facing power shortages.